Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ah, morning, good morning. Got a long stream planned for today. Going to potentially a rocket launch today, which I actually confirmed. But rocket launch 11:30. We got OpenAI Shipmas day 6 at 10, and some news in between. Check SpaceX. Okay, all right, come on, guys. Okay, December. Gosh dang it. Space launch now. Space launch now. Oh, this was it. Oh, or no. Oh, do they push it to tomorrow? December 12th. Cool. Oh, I swear on stream we saw there's a rocket launch. Oh, good morning, shit miss. Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's what it's become. Ah, bro, my chat app that I use is so hit or miss when it works. Upcoming launches. Oh, this? No, this is 7 a.m. Yeah, I think they pushed it back a day because there was one today. There was one today, 11:30. Unless this doesn't have up-to-date information. I think they did. Yeah, this is it. It used to be 11:33 today, and they pushed it to tomorrow. All right, no space launch today. But we have some space news. Let's see if there's any Monday. Long March is probably we can't watch though. Oh, there's one 1 a.m. Holy shit. 2 a.m. All right, next rocket launch though. That's during around stream time. We'll watch. It's too far away out for now for planning. Let's see. Let's just make sure that we didn't I didn't miss it today. No. Special stream tomorrow, maybe. I have a YouTube video I'm working on, so I want to get it out by Friday. Yeah, there's like several. This one, but if I'm ahead of schedule, maybe. Anyways, but I wonder when they're gonna do the next SpaceX like heavy Starship launch. Looks like it's ready. Well, this building's very super villain. Good pictures. Got like this like Earth, there's like Mars portrait on it. Cool. She got quite a few space news stuff, but let's start with this. Let's start with this because we're seeing the trend of more XR, AR, VR stuff. And Google released an Android like operating system for XR heads and like VR headsets, which signals that they think that it's on the horizon too, and they want to be a part of it. And Samsung used Android XR in their newest headset here, and they said that they're gonna use it in their future smart glasses. And smart glasses are something that tech companies seem to want to make. Just who did I see the other day that? Oh, Google like kind of yesterday on stream, they essentially kind of teased smart glasses in their AI video. So let's watch this quick this little video from CNET, and then we'll read a bit. Should take us right into the Shipmas. Oops, can't hear it.
For Google. Google has announced Android XR. Samsung has a mixed reality headset for Google, and there are glasses in the works too. This is a lot to digest, and I just got out of a demo of this stuff. Let me talk to you about it. Google has been promising a collaboration with Samsung and Qualcomm for a year now, talking about this future of mixed reality. And we already have Apple in the landscape.
We're professionals here. We're going
and we also have other fringe
1.25
players as well. Now Google is back in the landscape. They had been out of
Yeah, that was a Snap headset. Did he even talk about the
future of mixed reality? And we already have Apple in the landscape. We already have Meta in the landscape. And we also have other fringe players as well.
X-Real One, Snap AR? Yeah.
Now Google is back in the landscape. They had been out of VR and AR for the most part, and they're back in. Android XR is a new platform, and it's going to work with phones, and it's going to work with other things, and it's Gemini powered in that Gemini AI is going to run throughout it to work not only on mixed reality headsets, but Google says it'll be on AI glasses, AR glasses, and all sorts of other emerging wearables for your face. Now when I got to
I don't know. I just know that you're gonna have to have a Google account to log in. Like, you're gonna have all that. I'm really getting over that, especially now with AI. I just hate the like platform specific stuff. Like, I just like the kind of like account hidden behind accounts, hidden on specific platforms and stuff, like for AI, or like you have to use certain things. Like, I've been so over that lately.
Try.
And I hate that the trend is being exacerbated now and passed on to like these other hardware like devices. I don't know.
Now it's only for developers is a headset made by Samsung that's a mixed reality headset, and also a pair of notification glasses that Google calls Project Astra. These have been in the works for a little while.
Notification glasses? That's Google Glass. That was literally Google Glass. They could call it whatever they want, but it's Google Glass.
Now bear with me because I'm going to be talking.
And they're probably trying not to say Google Glass because Google Glass was such a failure. Google Glass, I'm going to say it again.
And we don't have any photos or video of my demo because they were not allowed. That's pretty standard issue for early VR and AR in my experience. So first of all, Project Muhan, which is the name of the mixed reality headset for now that Samsung is going to release next year, looks a lot like a Vision Pro, or it looks like the Meta Quest Pro, if you remember that headset. It's a visor type headset that fits on your head. It's got lenses over here. You can block out light if you want. Tightens in the back. It has a nice crisp display. It has hand tracking and eye tracking.
Like, this looks cool. Like, I'm not going to deny that, like, I even think just for like watching movies, it's like a cool enough experience, it's a good enough experience to like warrant like me wanting one. I just hope that they could like bridge the gap between like actually being useful outside of just entertainment. And that's what Apple really tried to do that with their the Vision Pro. Like, they really tried to have it be like just, you know, sell its productivity, but it's such a unique like platform to swap from like typing on a keyboard or using a mouse or whatever to like your eyes and clicking. Like, realistically, like boomers in the office or whatever are never gonna like, they just, that much change would just, you know, make their brain implode. And they really need to figure out how to bridge the gap and like slowly like introduce it in or do something to actually like, or make it so useful or so cool that like they're okay with it. But I don't know, right now it's kind of just like the cool entertainment. It's just for entertainment, I guess. I don't know. And I mean, like, yeah, I wonder what app this is though.
That's not what the exciting
Probably like Google Play or something.
A lot of that feels very familiar. But when I tried demos in this headset, bringing up 2D apps in a very Android-like interface, I was able to bring up familiar Google apps and navigate using my hands and bring up different panes, but I could also turn on Gemini to be my companion throughout the whole journey. Now, you already have things like Siri working on Apple Vision Pro, and there are some voice AI things in the Meta Quest, but this is something that can also see what you're doing. And why that gets fascinating is I could actually point to something and say, hey, what is that? Or tell me more about this, and move my hand there, and Gemini will tell me. And what I found I was able to do is browse the web. I was able to ask it a question about something, or ask about where I live. It pulled up a map, and Google also has immersive apps for this at the moment. YouTube and Maps were the most notable. Apple doesn't even have a Vision Pro immersive Maps app yet. Maps allowed me to throw this big 3D immersive environment up, zoom into my home, but also I was able to point out things in the landscape and ask about them, and Gemini could tell me what those were. And that combination got really interesting. I felt like I was starting to get lost in the apps and navigate around. Gemini can not just recognize what you're doing, but it can be your memory. When I got done with a whole bunch of demos, I asked
Okay, yes, but I talked about the memory thing yesterday, but like that exists in like most, in ChatGPT has memory. I think Claude might have memory now. I don't know. The memory thing is just like, I don't know. It exists. They're kind of doing the old like Apple jumps on a train 3 years late and claims to like invent things, but like I don't know.
Gemini to recap.
And the memory it's only 10 minutes of memory, so it's not like it's anything crazy.
What I've been doing, and it told me all the different things I've been doing. And it has tricks I haven't seen before, like I played a YouTube video, and Gemini improvised captions to the YouTube video. Google has a few other tricks up its sleeve with Android XR. One of them is auto-converting 2D photos to 3D, which is something that Apple also does now with Vision Pro, but they also do it for videos. I looked at a video clip on the headset that was already pre-converted, Google said, but also I watched a YouTube clip that had been converted.
Oh, that's interesting because, yeah, Google released the other day on the stream where we covered World Labs, worldlabs.ai, where they could take a picture and make it a 3D world. Google has similar technology that they announced yesterday. And I imagine it was probably partly because of, you know, this new XR platform to kind of compete with what Apple was doing with their like 3D video bullshit, whatever. It seems like that's kind of a selling point of like why, like a use case for Google to actually use it in one of their products. Like make the video 3D based off of a 2D image so that you could use it in 3D in the headset.
I didn't get to see the live conversion process, but it was pretty wild to see that that capability is going to be there. So that's all the mixed reality stuff, which is going to be on this developer headset that is meant for people to start getting a feel for it and build
How much does that cost, I wonder?
Everything else. But then there are the glasses. I put on these glasses that look like Meta's Ray-Bans. Kind of chunky, but pretty normal and wireless. And there was one display on these glasses, a little area here, etched in with waveguides, and a micro LED display projector over here.
Bro, that's literally Google Glass. Literally one side, one thing, like, you know, just like call it whatever you want. It's Google Glass.
It was able to give me a heads-up display. What I was able to do with that, a whole bunch of stuff. I could activate Gemini.
I hope he compares it to Google Glass.
With a button here and turn it into kind of an always-on Gemini mode. Identify works of art on the wall in a fixed living room set. Identify questions about objects I had, questions about books. I was able to, again, indicate certain things and have it tell me about them. And translation, you could translate things and then also ask for the language back. And what I found fascinating was it could also do live interactive translation. So somebody in the room came up and spoke Spanish to me. It instantly brought up not just the captions for what they were saying to me in English, but they also brought up still in English when they started speaking in Spanish. All of this stuff assumes that you're going to have an always-on Gemini assistant in your life. Now, with conversational responses, that could feel very intrusive. But on the glasses, you were able to pause it by simply tapping on the side and basically suspending it. But it was very different than something like Meta Ray-Bans, which assume you won't be using it until you ask for it. Here, it was like it would assume you have it on until you want to pause it. And the same thing goes,
that's like typical Google.
For VR and mixed reality. Am I going to turn on Gemini and then suddenly have this run all the time? That could really impact the experience of how I use apps. It's fascinating for things like, let's say I'm playing a game and I want to know a tutorial, or I have questions about something. It kind of breaks the fourth wall of VR and AR, and it may change the way that apps are developed. But let's back up a step. This is all for developers right now, and Android XR is going to be unveiled in a fuller state next year, according to Google. And Samsung is going to announce and go into more details on what its potentially very expensive mixed reality headset will be. Again, expected to be kind of like a Vision Pro, and a lot of people may not necessarily want to buy it, but it's going to be there. The other thing that's really interesting is where all the glasses go. And that could be the year after, starting with these assistive types of glasses. There are already other partners in the works, like Xreal. We just saw some glasses made by them. Google's going to have a lot of different partners making AI and AR glasses that work. Now that they're going to be
Interesting.
working with phones, well, the ball's going to be in Apple's court. When does Apple introduce generative AI to the Vision Pro, and when will Apple start allowing
Whoa.
connections to the iPhone for Vision products? Because right now that doesn't happen. But I think it's really key for what comes next, and it looks like it's going to make the idea of
CNET?
glasses feel a lot more.
I'm sorry, CNET, but like they're the epitome of like consumer technology, I guess. I don't know. When are they gonna add generative AI to Apple Vision Pro? Like, for what, bro? Why?
But we don't really know about battery life yet, so
Apple Vision
one
Pro
wild
is
card here.
actually okay. This is interesting because I've covered on the stream here before how the Apple Vision Pro did not sell as well as they thought, and they're even having supply chain problems. And like, you know, they worked with Sony they're the only ones who could make these pieces, and Sony said they can't even make enough that Apple wanted. Blah blah blah. And then they're cutting, you know, their expectations, whatever. I guarantee you now that Google is getting into this and like actually developing their own like operating system that other hardware makers could make, Apple's probably might, you know, see this now as like a, oh shit, like maybe we shouldn't, you know, cut the Apple Vision Pro like as much as we thought. Maybe we should continue and actually like, you know, get the cheaper one out sooner so we can get more people on it, or at least a more like broad market consumer one, where I think technically it's like really for only developers right now. But still, I do wonder if Apple will change how they feel about the like VR space, AR space, now that Google's kind of getting more serious about it.
That could be pretty significant. That's a lot to digest, and I'm still digesting it in my head.
All right, let's look at an article here. This is 53 minutes ago, fresh off the press, hot off the press. Google and Samsung's first AI face computer to arrive next year. And like, what is this? This title was like AI face computer. It's like AI head crab. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, Google Carve I remember. Daydream I don't. What's yes, Google Glass. Oh. Yeah, you put your phone inside of yeah, Google's actually been on this AR VR hype train for a while. You put your phone in here, I'm pretty sure, then the phone acts as it, and then Google Cardboard was similar. 2016. Do they have a picture of it? No. When was this? This was 2016 too. Wow. Google Glass. Tell me this isn't exactly what the guy described. Wait, okay.
Google has announced Android XR. Samsung has a mixed reality headset for Google, and there are glasses in the works too. This is a lot to digest, and
YouTube has been so bad for me lately. I don't know what's up. Like literally, like the entire website just lags.
Glasses.
Like
I
look,
put
it's
on
not
these
even
glasses
loading
that
in.
Look like Meta's Ray-Bans. Kind of chunky, but pretty normal and wireless. And there was one display on these glasses, a little area here, etched in with waveguides, and a micro LED display projector over here that was able to give
Bro, like he's describing this.
me a heads-up display. What I was able to do with that, a whole bunch of stuff. I could activate Gemini with a
Bro,
button here.
oh, it's like holding it the
Etched in with
same way
waveguides
too. I'm just
and
exaggerating,
a micro
but
LED display projector over here that was able to give me a heads-up display. What I was able to do with that, a whole bunch of stuff. I could activate.
dude, literally, it's like uncanny. I think that it's just whatever this new glasses are that they're making is just the evolution of Google Glass, and I don't know why it would be successful now if it wasn't back then. It's this, it seems to do the same thing, except now it has Gemini, the AI assistant. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, okay. The company on Thursday revealed a new version of its Android software called Android XR. Oh, here we go. We got the actual blog post. In partnership with Samsung and Qualcomm. They have a promotional video. Let's watch their promotional video.
Now is the right moment to launch XR.
Yeah, so for pretty much the history of computing,
I missed what his title was. It was something of Android.
Why would you say now is the right moment?
Director of Product, XR Google.
yeah, so for pretty much the history of computing, we've been using the rectangular box of a screen display. Whether it's monitors, laptops, tablets, or phones, XR has the power to extend beyond those boundaries.
I think now is the perfect time to work on XR because you have a convergence of all these technologies, and Gemini is key to powering Android XR. The underlying technology allows us to process inputs from all different kinds of signals, much like you process the real world.
That's not
The
wrong.
magical
That's
thing
true.
about XR is that
'Cause I think a big problem before is like, you could really only have like one button, or you'd have to pull out your phone and use your phone. But I mean, the long-term goal would be for this to replace the phone. And I think having voice is a good like multimodal way kind of to access like a lot of different, like just our language, I guess, is a good way to access or be able to access like certain things. Like you just speak it and then it, you know, the AI just, you know, translates and understands what you're asking, and then it you know, you could convert that into like API calls and, you know, changing things. So I mean, they're not wrong. It is a good, I think that's a good like a step for them to try again when we do have that, like now that we do have the AI that you could talk to do stuff for you. So I do agree with that there. I'm giving them a hard time because I just don't like that it's like it's Gemini and it has to be Gemini. I don't know. I just really want AI to be more open. That's the video I'm working on, is like I don't think the current path we're going is kind of the cyberpunk dystopia route, where it's like corporations control AI, the most powerful AI, more money equals better AI, which, you know, essentially means more money equals like, you know, smarter AI, or you could do more things with it, which is kind of, we're already there with the, you know, wealth inequality is continuing to separate, and like we're already there. And so AI would just exacerbate that, when in reality AI is supposed to free everyone. You know, it's supposed to make knowledge accessible to everyone. And I don't know, when we have these like centralized control, especially with a for-profit company whose job is, you know, they have a legal duty to their shareholders and not the people, then it's kind of like there's a misalignment of there's just a misalignment with like the consumer to the actual like shareholders. And especially, yeah, when AI is just supposed to be open and accessible to everyone, like I just don't like that we're going down that route. And I just like to see it be more open. And I think realistically, as we as we start to get more into this like super intelligence or like AGI, artificial general intelligence, they're like, people are saying, like, I'd like to see it become more open. But I do understand for now it's expensive or whatever, so they have to make money. But I don't know, I'd like to see it more like distributed or more open as we kind of AI gets a lot smarter, and it could be used to actually replace human jobs and everything. That's, you know, I don't know if I keep saying, like, I want the AI and robots to work for us. I don't want to work for the AI and robots. So let the private companies do all the research, and then we set up foundations which use the tech and make it excel. Yep, exactly. Yeah, 5+. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. Like 5+ years, even 10+ years. But yeah, right now, because it's so expensive and everything, it's like do whatever they want. Like do all the, you know, shitty expensive stuff. Like OpenAI's $200 to get their like deep reasoning model. Like it doesn't matter right now because it's expensive. I get that. But as the price goes down, as we do the research and everything, I want to see the price actually passed on to the consumer, the price savings, and not just them gobbling up all the profits and our data or whatever and using it against us. Like that's what I don't want to see, because yeah, I want the AI to work for us. But yeah, I agree, and that's my optimistic hope, is that we do that. And or even like, I mean, even like, yeah, foundation that like the government like subsidizes in a bit, just to have it accessible to everyone, because I want it to be like a utility, I guess, kind of. So maybe not even like free, but like at least cheap, or like not for profit. Socialist.ai, yeah, I don't know. And that's the crazy thing is like a lot of these Silicon Valley tech bro type, which I kind of fall into a subcategory of that, admittedly, but they do believe this and like they want it to be open. I mean, that's kind of why OpenAI started as a nonprofit, is because they had this vision, but now I feel like, you know, the money has kind of blinded them a bit, and especially Sam Altman, and he doesn't really care. He just wants to, like, you know, he wants the power or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess like I don't think it's like, I wouldn't think this is like a radical idea or whatever, or like even politically, like it seems socialisty, but I feel like it's kind of just more of like a human approach, like a human first approach versus like a like some sort of politics, you know? I don't know. But I don't, and so my idea though is like, is to actually have the systems be more modular. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. But I'd like it to be more modular. Like in here, like these Google Glass, like you could just, instead of using Gemini, you could use any AI model you want. And you know, Google could make money on selling the glasses, and then like Gemini could be default, you know, or whatever. And then like if and then you could kind of, if you don't like Gemini, you could just swap out whatever AI model you want, and you know, be all the merrier. Your custom one that you want to run on your own servers or hardware, or one that's on your phone or whatever the next compute platform is. And then you could add layers on top of that to make it personalized, or add whatever you know, additions you want. But yeah, I don't know. I just hate this. I'm kind of over this like closed off system kind of stuff. But I need to open my window. It's getting way too hot. Anyways, see what Google has to say.
That it's moving computing to
Key to powering Android XR. The underlying technology allows us to process inputs from all different kinds of signals, much like you'd process the real world.
the magical thing about XR is that it's moving computing to a place that's truly as natural as you can imagine it.
Android XR is our new platform for headsets and glasses. It offers some of the best tools for developers to use, and it reduces a lot of the friction.
We've been in this
That's
space
interesting.
since Google Glass, and we have not stopped.
Thank you. Thanks for finally someone mentioned Google Glass. Got old young and MKBHD here though. Dang, this is 2014 probably. What if you could get your hands on a Google Glass still, and if they even work?
Things like AR Core, the Geospatial API, Lens, Live View, Translate, and now Gemini.
Bro, those before he's canceled. Bro, okay, did he actually get canceled for the car thing? Dude, he honestly, sometimes I just love when creators just power through it. Like they don't even say anything. Like, yeah, they like do a little bit, and then they're just like, you know what? Fuck it, I don't even need to say anything. Actually, NKBHD, he's trying to get, I feel like his like wallpaper app he released too was like kind of controversial, but he took it just hella well and just actually like spinned it and like changed it. I don't know, he takes it well, I will say, but
In this space since Google Glass, and we have not stopped. Things like AR Core, the Geospatial API, Lens, Live View.
are these, I think these are old like Nexus phones or something. Like this looks,
Translate.
this is old HTC phone. I had this phone. Classic. Yeah, this is a Nexus right here. Old Google, that was like before their Pixels.
And now Gemini.
We can take those experiences, which already work great, and find new ways to be helpful for people.
When we talk about headsets and glasses, we think about headsets as episodic products that you put on for a specific reason.
That's interesting. Well, this is sick. This is so cool, actually. Bro, oh my gosh. I would watch baseball. I would literally watch baseball if it's like this. Oh, this is so cool, actually.
When you're watching the game, Gemini could break down everything about Freddy's Grand Slam.
But it's interesting that they said it as episodic products. That's an interesting, like, way to look at it. Like, for a specific thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I wonder what Apple's shared on their, like, kind of how they look at it.
It's the most visceral incarnation of any 3D space or spatial environment you can think of.
I can't wait to spatialize old videos. It'll feel like you're right in your memories again.
That's
And then we
interesting.
think about glasses as all-day products that you use to get
Deviance,
value
yeah.
throughout your day.
Our technology really enables us to shrink down the displays that go
What do
into
you
the
mean, like
glasses.
We'll see more of these highly portable devices that will more and more look like the ones I'm wearing right now.
With glasses, you'll feel like you're a local, no matter where you are.
There's no way we could build this platform other than collaborating very closely.
Okay, yeah.
We've been working with Samsung for a number of years.
Yeah.
And so we look for opportunities where we could really marry each other's strength in creating something new.
It's like yeah.
From software and UX to hardware,
I was gonna make a tentacle joke or something, but I couldn't think of anything.
functional partners across both companies have worked seamlessly around the clock as one team to build a powerful XR platform.
We've learned that we can build the
XVD,
best
yeah.
platforms with an ecosystem of developers, designers, and device makers.
A lot of deep
I
collaboration.
need to get my hands on it. I've literally never tried VR like on like a mainstream headset. Like I've tried to like phone one or whatever, but I've never tried like a actual VR XR headset. Mainly just because I still think they're too expensive for what they are, but
happens for us to bring the best solution
like
to the
it's
ecosystem.
hard to justify $1,000 on something that like I'm probably not going to use. The State Fair had some cool expos. Oh dang, I went this year too. I think I'm pretty yeah. You tried twice? All right, I need to try it then.
System to the platform and to the users.
Alone, you can go fast, but together you can go far.
And the only way we'll get there is if we
You,
build
oh, okay,
this
you don't
together.
saw this year. Dang, all right. Okay. All right, let's read press coverage on it instead of Google themselves. I've been like yesterday was like all Google blogs for Gemini. I don't know, the day before I read some blogs, but I'm tired of the marketing speak on these blog posts. Like I just need them to get to the point quicker. So let's read actual coverage instead of the Google blog post. All right. Yeah, virtual reality headsets and compact glasses with screens embedded in their lenses. We, like many others, have made some attempts here before, said Samir Samat, Google's Android ecosystem president, in a briefing. I think the vision was correct, but the technology wasn't quite ready. Yeah. While it's unclear whether Google plans to develop its own XR or extended reality devices for sale to consumers, they're definitely building smart glasses. I'll just say they're definitely building smart glasses. The first products built on top of this new software will arrive sometime next year, Samant said. Leading the pack is self-contained headset built by Samsung codenamed Project Muhan, referred to for the Korean word for infinity. I want to see if Samsung has this on their website. Some facets of the Android XR experience might feel surprisingly familiar to anyone who has tried one of the Apple's $3,500 Vision Pro headsets. What would be the biggest insult to Apple is like Samsung sells this for like $1,000 and it's better. Like what? And it's like, bro, Apple, like what are you doing? Here's when Samsung could hold its first big event of 2025. Samsung actually does hold it early in the year, I think. I've only watched this like 1 or 2 times. Yeah, not without colliding with the massive CES trade show taking place in early January. Yeah, which we're gonna do massive CES streams when that's going on to cover all the cool tech. February 7th? Okay. It looks like there's not really much out for the headset, which kind of sucks. Users of Android XR headsets like Project Muhan will be able to flick through photos, slideshows hanging in the air in front of them, settle in with movies displayed in immersive virtual theater, or run Android apps that could be controlled with eye movement and hand gestures. Google never really stopped working on XR, a blanket term that refers to related technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. This time, however, the company is leaning on AI to make this new generation of face computers more helpful. Hand-worn XR devices will help Google's Gemini chatbot built into their core, allowing users to control their apps with conversational commands as well as physical gestures. Reality is that keyboards are rarely going to be an interface for XR, and Gemini is crucial in enabling a simple, quality experience, said More Insights principal analyst Anshel Sag, who tried a pre-production version of Muhan headset. that's actually a good point too, because yeah, I think typing I'm sure is a pain, and I think the Apple Vision Pro, it's like you look and then you like press or whatever, like you look with your eyes and you click, and that's how you type. But obviously speaking would be much better, and now that, you know, we have a LLM attached to it, it could translate that into like comprehensive sentences, even if your grammar is horrible. And then, you know, kind of taking that similar approach with like actually having it navigate and do things for you, because it's kind of similar to how like AI agents, you could give them a tool. It's no different than, you know, than kind of that comparison where Google could just build in the APIs or whatever that would control things on screen with your voice. And it's easy, because then the you know, Gemini knows that it has access to this thing and to go and change what you're looking at via like an API. It'd be so sick not to have a keyboard, a mouse, or screen for a computer. Sci-fi, yes. Actually, that would be crazy too, just for a computer itself. And that, I mean, I think that's the goal still here, is like this headset would be kind of the new like home platform for compute. And then we have the glasses that would, you know, be kind of the evolution of smartphone, and you'd kind of take it out. And realistically, I feel like more people are probably actually going to need to wear glasses anyways, as we're, you know, staring at screens all day and everything. Yeah, that would be ideal. That would be sick. It would be. And maybe even you don't even have a phone necessarily, but it's more so just like a compute puck. Because like maybe you could like, it's more modular, and you could have like a little like puck that you keep in your pocket that like, it's like a little server you carry around that like your headset or glasses talk to, and then you could have more, you know, higher compute, but it's not like a phone necessarily. Yeah, less engineering too. That's a good point. Intel Nook, yeah, but I'm talking even like you could put it in your pocket, or you could have like a bigger one that you put in like a backpack to have like a even more power. And I mean, as like we approach quantum computing and we get more dense chips, we're able to, you know, we could pack more compute into smaller pieces, and so it might even be smaller by the, you know, maybe like 10 years from now. Yeah, that'd be cool. And I do wonder, yeah, I wonder how AI would play a role in there. I mean, and that would allow you to have a full like agent, like, you know, AI assistant kind of always with you too, that could actually be useful. And also the carrying around a puck would allow you to not have to connect to the internet too, because you could just have this thing, have like your little compute puck, have, you know, everything you need on there. Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, I guess this, I hope this is like, yeah, this is just a little glimpse of what it could actually become, what it actually become in the future. Google's vice president of XR says Gemini will also be able to see what the wearer sees, whether they're real world objects or digital elements hovering in space, and can react to them accordingly. And also, I think the hope, okay, actually, this is an interesting trade-off. Would you rather carry around like a smartphone like thing that's probably heavier, and then just have like a little like contact lens as the compute thing, or would you not have to want to carry around the compute puck but wear glasses? Or we could do both. I don't know how the contact lens thing would work in in like with today's technology, because you need you need like, I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to get that. I'm just thinking about that a little more. That one's like a little hard, because you need a computer. I don't know, maybe like vibrations or some shit. Compute puck and glasses seem the most reasonable. Yeah, I don't know how. I just don't know with current tech how you do a contact lens type of thing. Anyways, okay. In one sample the company shared with reporters, a pair of smart glasses with an in-lens display could see a specific tool in a user's field of view and remind them where it was. Contact glasses weird me out too. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't even know how you do that with today's tech. Maybe the military, DARPA's doing some shit. They have that. I could see military like having like researching that for soldiers. Other preview videos showed these prototype glasses displaying walking directions from Google Maps, as well as traipse through the city, and offers a translate menu written in foreign languages. It's notable that Apple is yet to promise any intelligence features for Vision Pro, and Meta has said little about AI for its Horizon OS. Oh, that's true. Meta, I didn't even think Meta, not really doing much. Principal analyst at CCS Insight, Google seems to have grabbed a jump start on its rivals in terms of surfacing this approach. Despite the optimism, there's no guarantee Google's AI-forward approach to headsets and smart glasses will immediately win over skeptical consumers. Demand for AR and VR has deflected so far this year, according to shipment data from research firm IDC, though it does expect the industry to grow in the coming years. Okay, wait. We just watched a video from CNBC about the metaverse, and they used an IDC study. But I need to see them mention by name Valve Index to believe that they even tracked that. Because they didn't have the Valve Index in the little pie. This is 2023. Bro, okay, look at this. This is 2023. 18%? That was more than like... That's what I'm saying. Okay, who... I have too many tabs open. What is this? I don't believe them that... if they don't mention Valve Index, that's so weird. IDC... I'm like, they're looking at all these things. Okay. Like, they're on par. They're more than the second biggest player in this field. Like, why do they not track that? Where's this data come from? But 18% is huge. And that's almost in line with this, their Meta one. Okay, where is everyone getting their data from? This is the same website. This is 2020. This is 2020, 2023. There's nothing recent. I don't know. I guess it's weird that no one mentions Valve Index when it comes to like the VR space, when like I feel like they're the next biggest seller behind like Oculus stuff. There's like nothing. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I just think that's weird. Just no one ever mentions it. Oh, they've been working on it for years and years. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Yeah. Yeah, demand is deflated. Oh, deflated. I said deflected. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. I'm optimistic here about like VR AR stuff. I just want it to be more useful, more open. I don't know. I don't want to have to use a Meta account to log into my headset. Like that just... Do I even own the headset at that point? All right, we got 9 minutes for the OpenAI Shipmas. So we'll just do a quickie here with Epic Games in Android related news. But Epic Game Store come pre-installed. Oh, they just went live. OpenAI. All right. pre-installed on Android devices, which I thought was interesting because with the Epic being all these lawsuits kind of allowing them suing Google and suing Apple in the EU, which kind of led to the Digital Markets Act, the DMA, which allows like Google, Apple have to allow third-party app stores on their phones. And so I think it's interesting that we're now starting to see kind of like what I'm sure Epic Games wants, where they could make deals to have their app store default on phones. In the phrase, the Epic Game Store will now come pre-installed on Android Telefonica devices. I wonder what country this is. If it's in like South America. Oh yeah, Spain. Okay, yeah. Is one that makes you shrug your shoulders. You may want to reconsider. This is a decision worth looking into, and one that represents a major move by Epic for the future of their catalog on mobile. Telefonica, better known as O2 in the UK, and by a number of other brands around the world, operates dozens of countries. For this new long-term partnership between Fortnite developers Epic Games and Telefonica, you'll soon find their storefront coming pre-installed alongside others on devices sold by Telefonica and its brands. Basically, Epic Games Store will now sit alongside Google Play as one of the default marketplaces for anyone picking up a phone. And given the amount of effort Epic has put into placing themselves ahead of the competition, this could mark a major turning point. Yeah, and that's kind of the key. This is what Epic wanted. This is what the lawsuits were for, is because they wanted, they wanted to be fair, I guess. But I mean, I'm sure it's like, it all comes down to money, but okay, this is this guy's personal views. The author's personal views. That the largest barrier for third-party storefronts is convenience. Many casual users don't even know or really care about options outside of what already comes on their phone. Yep, agreed. So Epic managing to swing a major deal that will see them placed on one of the default users for Spain, UK, Germany, Spanish-speaking Latin America, and even further afield already puts them one major step ahead. There's also the fact that this is described as only the first step in their partnership. Previously, the two collaborated on digital experiences that brought O2 Arena, or the Millennium Dome as it's also known, into Fortnite back in 2021. Okay, I'm not familiar with Fortnite lore. For Epic, who have spent most of the last years out in the cold during an ongoing legal battle with Apple and Google, this is a major sidestep, and one that could soon see even more payoff, hopefully for users on the other side of the screen too. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, guys, good just to see that, they're even allowed to do things like this, where like I don't think they were allowed to do this before this Digital Markets Act happened. But yeah, it's cool. Win for open platforms, I guess. Oh, here's the Epic announcement. One of the largest telecommunications service providers in the world and Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite, today announced a long-term partnership to make Fortnite and the Epic Games Store more accessible on millions of Telefonica Android devices. As a first step in this partnership, Epic Games Store will now be pre-installed on all new compatible Android devices on the Telefonica network in Spain, UK, Germany, Spanish-speaking Latin America. Players will now be able to easily download Fortnite, Fall Guys, and Rocket League side swipes, as well as third-party future games of their future. Rocket League has a mobile app? This is just the beginning, and over the next year, the companies plan to expand the partnership and bring more benefits to players across Telefonica network. Yeah, Telefonica was the first carrier to introduce direct carrier billing in the Epic Games Store. Telefonica and Epic Games also created an unparalleled interactive music experience in Fortnite. Okay, so they've worked together before. They don't even mention the Digital Markets Act or whatever. I wonder if they did that on purpose. All right. And also I recently read that Epic Games is making a FPS Fortnite like game, which I would totally try out because I don't know, it kind of seems cool. Because I mean, Fortnite's third person, I guess. They announced it in news. Oh yeah, the Game Awards is today too. Oh yeah, this is it right here. It's it's like Valorant or something, I guess. Here we go. I want to see like pictures of like actual like first person. They just show like the map or whatever. And I wonder if it's like a so it must be like a CS:GO or something though, not like arcade shooter like Respawn. Yeah, Fortnite Ballistic is the first Fortnite mode built using the first-person camera mode in Unreal Engine Fortnite. Experience Fortnite in all new way, challenging your skills and tactics. Yeah, but honestly though, now it's like Delta Forces, I think, is out in open beta. I need to try that. The Force game. Oh yeah. I'm in their Discord. Yeah, just need to give this a try, honestly. Penalty for violation? Holy shit, bro. This is the wall of shame. They just posted. This is a following list of some accounts we have taken action against on this occasion. They just straight up shame them. Like, I don't think it's, you could probably figure out who this is, you know? Like that's funny. We invite players to actively report inappropriate behavior. During this week, our security team took action against 1,100 individuals. All accounts found to be a violation of our code of conduct. We permanently blacklisted from the game. Shit, straight up. I think this is they're Chinese. It's a Chinese company, right? Or it's like Tencent. Level Pass Infinite. Timmy. They are Chinese? Yes, Shenzhen. Yeah, Tencent. This is Tencent. Call of Duty Mobile, Pokemon Unite. Age of Empires Mobile? Oh, Metal Slug. I love Metal Slug. It looks like they maybe didn't work on this directly. I don't see it listed on theirs. Let's see Garena. Oh. Heroes of New Earth. On. Oh, here we go, okay. This is even, Delta Force isn't even listed on theirs either. Interesting. Oh, so they only do it on Android and iOS, maybe, it seems like. '20th of January. They have a full mobile game to go along with it. That's crazy. Oh, it's Unreal Engine 5. Anyways, all right, they're live.
Hey everybody, and welcome to day 6. Before we get into today's news, I want to acknowledge that we had a few hours of downtime yesterday.
Yes,
we know you depend
I was
going to
cover that,
We're
actually.
Really sorry for the interruption. We take this super seriously, and the teams are working on a detailed post-mortem that we're going to post later today. But the good news is we're back We're fully operational.
Looks like
and
mobile.
we've got
They
a couple
only
of
have
exciting things
phones, no
to do right
computers.
now. The first we're going to keep secret, and we'll show you in a little bit. The second is that we're excited to announce that we're bringing video to advanced voice mode. So you can bring live video and also live screen sharing into your conversations with ChatGPT. And the best way I know how to do this is to just show it to you. So I'm going to go into ChatGPT, and you'll see the normal advanced voice mode button on the bottom right of the composer. I click it. And as it loads here, we'll give this one more try.
Oh. There's like 20 new chats in the... They're in developer mode,
There we
I
go.
think.
All right. So you can see as we go into... There's now a couple more buttons on the bottom left. In particular, there's this video button.
Bro, this is to compete with Google Gemini.
So
this is
here we
exactly
are.
what we just saw.
And I'm going to introduce myself. Hey, chat. I'm Kevin. I lead product at OpenAI.
Hi, Kevin. It's great to meet you. What can I help you with today?
Well, I'd love to introduce you to a few of my colleagues. Does that sound good?
Sure, I'd love to meet them.
All right.
Hey, chat. I'm Michelle, and I'm an engineer on the ChatGPT multimodal team.
Hi, Michelle. It's nice to meet you.
They're referring
An engineer
to...
on the ChatGPT multimodal team?
Like, hey,
that sounds
chat.
exciting.
It is. Thanks.
Hi, chat. I'm Jackie, and I'm the product lead for ChatGPT multimodal.
Hi, Jackie. It's great to meet you, too. Sounds like you're all working on some really cool projects.
We really are.
Hey, ChatGPT. I'm Rowan. I'm a researcher here at OpenAI on multimodal.
Hi, Rowan. It's nice to meet you. Multimodal research sounds fascinating.
All right. And now I want to see if you remember the folks that you met. So can I give you a quick quiz?
Sure, I'm ready for a quiz.
All right. What was the name of my colleague that was wearing the reindeer antlers?
That would be Michelle.
All right. And how about the name of my colleague that was wearing the Santa hat?
That would be Rowan.
All right. Good work. You're
That's
2 for
cool.
2. You get an A. Thanks,
But
chat.
it's literally what Google Gemini was, or they were claiming, like the memory, 10 minutes of memory, it's nothing.
Thanks, Kevin. This was fun. Let me know if there's...
We are so excited
Cuts
to
it off.
start the rollout of video and screen share in advanced voice today. We know this is a long time coming. So to recap, you can already talk with advanced voice in ChatGPT out loud, just like you would a coworker or a friend. Advanced voice uses our natively multimodal 4.0 model. That means it takes in your audio directly, understands it, and outputs audio directly. As a result, conversations with advanced voice have a much more natural conversation pace with a depth of emotion and tone across more than 50
It's 6
languages.
minutes to get a release out.
Starting today
Hey,
and
what's up?
over the course of the next
Welcome
week,
to
we'll be
stream.
rolling out video and screen share in advanced voice so that you can share real-time visual context with ChatGPT to make your conversations even richer and more useful. And here's Rowan to show us more about what it can do.
Yeah, so now you can chat with ChatGPT over video and voice together in real time. You can ask for help, troubleshoot, or use it to learn something new. So in fact, I'm going to try testing it out right now. I'm going to have it teach me how to make pour-over coffee. I'm going to grab a couple of materials here to grab this.
It's a nice
and that,
little pour over
and then
holder.
I'm going to fire up a new conversation with ChatGPT and hit the advanced
All right, this is
voice
interesting.
mode
Let's
icon
see.
on the
Let's
lower
see
right.
this. This is literally what Google
And
was
once it
just
connects,
announced like 2 days or
I'll
yesterday.
share my video. Hey chat, how's it going?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I see you're wearing a Santa hat.
I am, and do
getting
you
it?
see what I have in front of me?
Yes, I see a coffee setup with a kettle and a dripper. Are
Wow.
you planning to make some coffee?
I'd love to. Do you think you could walk me through the steps?
Sure, I'd love to. First, place a filter in the dripper and rinse it with hot water to eliminate any papery taste. This also warms up the dripper and the mug.
Great, so then what do I do?
Next, you'll add your ground coffee to the filter. Usually
this isn't-
about 2 tablespoons for every 6 ounces of water.
This isn't
Then
anything
you'll
like
gently pour
multimodal
a
now.
small amount of hot water onto the grounds to let them bloom for about 30 seconds.
You don't
Great,
need
thanks.
vision
What's
to
bloom?
do this.
Blooming allows the coffee to release gas and enhances the flavor. After blooming, slowly pour the rest of the hot water in a
You're
circular.
like, hey chat, yeah, my friend like went in this weird cave on this other planet and now it has this like green goo coming out of it and like this face crab on its face. Can you walk me through taking it off without killing them?
circular motion. Keep the water level consistent and let it drip through the coffee grounds
It's like, sure,
into
haven't
your
seen
mug.
this before.
Cool, that sounds great. I'll do the pouring now.
Awesome. Take your time and pour slowly. This helps the water extract the coffee evenly for
Great.
better flavor.
Anything I could be doing different or better about my technique?
Your technique looks good. Just keep a steady, gentle pour
I don't
and make
believe
sure the
him.
coffee grounds remain evenly saturated. You're doing great so far.
Awesome.
If
Thank
this
you
is
so much.
released right now, we'll test it.
You're welcome. It looks like you're almost done. Once the
Cool. So in addition to sharing your phone camera, you can also share what's on your screen. So to test that out, I'm going to start a new conversation, hit the advanced voice mode icon, and then go into this little drop-down menu and hit share screen. Once I
All right.
start the broadcast, now ChatGPT will see what I'm showing it.
This
And in
chat
fact,
doesn't copy.
I'd like to
Yeah.
use it to ask for help in responding to a message. So I'm opening up my Messages app, and then, hey ChatGPT, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I
open
can
it up
see it.
just before
Looks
it
like you're in the
crashes.
Messages app. How can I help?
Can you help me respond to this one? Or what are you seeing here, first off?
I see a message from someone asking if they have what it takes to be a professional mall Santa. They also sent a picture of themselves dressed up. Do you want to respond to their question?
I'd like some help in doing that. So how should I tell Kevin that, kindly, of course, that he shouldn't quit his day job?
You could say something like, hey, Kevin, your Santa outfit is looking festive. Maybe keep practicing your ho-ho-ho, and you'll be ready for the mall in no time.
That sounds great. Thanks, chat.
You're welcome. I'm sure Kevin will appreciate the encouragement. Anything else you'd like help with?
That's perfect.
Well, I think Kevin makes a great Santa. But you don't need Kevin to talk to Santa this year. Starting today and for the rest of December, you can talk to Santa directly in ChatGPT. You can ask Santa anything, whether you have questions about his life at the North Pole, curious about what the elves are up to, or looking for a fun Christmas story as a parent with curious kids. Santa will respond in real time using his signature jolly voice. And finding Santa, it's super easy. On the home screen, just look out for a snowflake icon. That's going to be your festive entry point. You can also find and select Santa in the
Why did Dad
ChatGPT
leave?
settings page.
They're looking for it to tell
All right,
him
let's
the
say
swirly,
hi
but
to Santa.
yeah. Oh.
Hey, Santa.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
hello there. It's delightful to hear from you. Are you getting excited for the holidays?
I'm so excited. Santa, I have a question for you. What's your
Are you
favorite
real?
Christmas tradition?
Yeah. Why did Dad leave?
What a wonderful question. My favorite Christmas tradition has to be the magical moment when children hang their stockings by the fireplace. It's such a warm and cozy tradition, filled with the anticipation of goodies and surprises. What's your favorite holiday tradition?
That's a good one, Santa. And who's your favorite reindeer?
Oh, well, that's a tricky question.
Yeah.
All of my reindeer are special in their own way. Rudolph, with his bright red nose, does hold a special
Just like a
place
joke,
in my
I feel
heart
like.
because of his guiding light. But Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and all the others are just as important. They each bring their own magic to the sleigh team. Do you have a favorite reindeer?
Hey, Santa, I have a question for you. How do I keep my beard in tip-top shape?
Maintaining a magnificent beard takes a bit of magic and care.
Oh my gosh.
First, it's important to keep it clean and well-groomed. A bit of
Hold on,
beard
Santa.
oil-
We need some real feedback here. Now what do you think?
He's like, oh
That's
shit.
a fabulous beard. It's full and fluffy, just
Yeah.
like mine.
Well, actually, if you're
comb and
we could go into the voice a little bit afterwards because I actually was gonna highlight them as a stream.
maybe a sprinkle of holiday cheer, it will be in tip-top shape
And as
for
a Brit,
Christmas.
checks out.
Santa,
Yeah,
would you say
message
that this
on
is a
the
great
board.
beard or
That's
that
good.
it's the greatest beard?
Ho, 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 ho. That, my friend, is a magnificent beard indeed. It's truly one of the greatest beards I've seen, full of holiday spirit and cheer. Ho, ho.
Thanks, Santa.
Ho, ho, yes. What is it, my friend?
All right, let's recap how you can access these features. Video and screen share is rolling out in our latest mobile apps starting today and over the course of the next week. We'll be rolling out to all Teams users and most Plus and Pro subscribers.
Yeah,
For Plus and Pro subscribers in Europe, we will get this feature to you as soon as we can. If you're on an enterprise or EDU plan, you'll get access early next year. Santa is rolling out over the course of today globally everywhere you can use ChatGPT voice mode. That means you can talk to Santa on our latest mobile apps, our desktop apps, and on desktop
I don't
web
have it
at
yet on mobile app.
And the first time you talk with Santa, we will reset your advanced voice usage limits one time so that even if you've used up your limit for the day or for the month, you can talk with Santa in advanced voice right away. Even after your limits, you can also keep chatting with Santa in standard voice. We hope you enjoy your conversations with Santa as much as we have.
All right, and just to wrap up, let's get Santa's perspective on one more thing. Santa, what's your favorite Christmas joke?
There's an update. I'm updating.
Ho, ho, all right. What's every elf's favorite music? Rap music. Ho, ho, ho. A little elf humor for you.
All right, thanks, Santa. And I just wanted to say thanks to the engineers, researchers, PMs, designers, the entire team that's been working on this for months to bring it to you. We're super excited to see what you do with it. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.
Happy holidays!
All right. Yeah, the voice was made by this company here, Waveforms AI, and they recently raised some money. Co-creative OpenAI's GPT-4 advanced voice mode. And they're kind of actually trying to do add emotion in speaking, which I think actually makes it sound a lot more real and like better. Our audio language model, yeah. But that was cool, and this is definitely, I'm glad they did this because, you know, I think sometimes Google, I just literally said earlier, like Google thinks they invent something or like it's like crazy, like no one else could do it, and then, I don't know, OpenAI came and essentially did the same thing that Google announced, so that's cool. I have it on, I updated my app, but I don't see it on here. I don't know how to like, get it. I don't have it yet, so. And also it takes forever to load up even. Get it up. There we go.
There. How can I help today?
Hey, when is advanced voice mode coming so I could show you my screen or video and you could answer things based off of that?
I'm not sure exactly when that feature might be available. For now, I can help with any questions or tasks you have.
It's alright, I'm just gonna wait for that feature to become available.
No problem. If you have any other questions or need help...
Alright. Guess we'll stand by until that comes out. Before with Sora, it was available like right away. Maybe not. Alright, yeah. So cool. Actually, something new and cool today, so that's good. Better than yesterday. And yeah, their outage that they had, I thought it was literally, I was using ChatGPT and I realized that I had my ad blocker off, or like the tracker blockers. But you can't see it here, but I realized that I had like these disabled, and I was like, why do I have those disabled? And so I enabled them and refreshed, and then it broke, and I was like, bro, no way they just blocked me from enabling my ad blockers. But it was just a coincidence that it was actually out. So, and I do wonder what the actual cause of the outage was. So this was like around 3. Currently investigating, reports API calls returning errors. ChatGPT, Sora, and API remain down. Run a full root cause, do a RCA of the outage. We'll share details on this page when complete. Okay. When they share details, I always like reading the down ones. No mention about when real time with video available API though. Yeah, it kind of sucks because yeah, their APIs. I wish they like talk more openly about that, or like kind of this stuff too. Same with like Sora. I'd love to know when Sora is available via API, things like that. I wonder if they're even gonna make it available via API though, because I feel like that's kind of one of their reasons to draw you to the actual app. 01, yeah, 012, yeah. So I don't know. Let's look at the take a look at this here real quick. OpenAI said Wednesday was working on a fix. Yeah. 4 hours. I wonder if it had to do with them launching new things or something, or like patching, or you know, releasing Sora. Yeah, okay. This article is worthless. Nothing in here. So yeah, it's interesting. Unrelated to any launch. Okay, interesting. Just a config change. Typical intern push something shouldn't have. Everyone just like advertising their own thing. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Thanks for tuning in, man. Good one. Okay. Speaking of outages, Facebook, Instagram, and Meta were down yesterday. And the reason why I think this is interesting right now is because Facebook recently announced that they want to have a like global you know, undersea fiber network cable, literally like going around the globe, and I imagine it would benefit them in terms of like when being down is out of their control, I guess. Like if what they're why they're down is based on data centers, this allows them other ways to route traffic to mitigate things like this. So here we go. Here's the back online. Self-reported outages on both platforms urged after 10 a.m. Tuesday, reaching more than 580,000 ports. Yeah, okay, I don't care about that. A technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services. And also, I mean, Facebook had the huge down incident earlier where they're like DDoSing themselves too. Like earlier this year, I think it was. Stone added that the issue has been resolved as quick as possible. Having trouble experiencing some users also reported being logged out of their Facebook accounts. Meta acknowledged Facebook's login status page that the platform was experiencing major disruptions. Not aware of any specific election nexus nor any specific malicious cyber activity nexus. That's such an interesting way to say that to the outage, but we're aware of the incident and global scope of it. A senior cybersecurity infrastructure security agency CISA official told Sam Saban. That's okay. Like, I don't know. That might be a little exaggerating. Like, imagine Facebook going down and you're like, it's a cyber attack, and you go to like the cyber command and they're like, I don't fucking know. That's Facebook. Like, like, what do you want us? Like, what are we gonna do? Oh, this is old. Oh my gosh, I'm reading fucking old. Why would they? Okay, all right. Jesus Christ, that was bad on my part. My bad. I'm pushing misinformation. But okay, this is their previous outage. But it happened on Super Tuesday previously, so that makes sense. That context makes sense. Okay. Back to modern day, present day. Aware of technical issue and impact of some users' ability to access their apps, and are working on get things back to normal as soon as possible. Okay. I have oh, I already had the tweet open. Look at TechCrunch. Anything different? How does the outage is not yet known. Confirmed its own issues. Instagram down for visibility. I actually didn't even know if they had like X accounts. Like, what do they even post on here? Like marketing, I guess. Upside down doesn't actual measurements. Status page for its business products shows some disruptions as well. Major disruptions for Facebook Ad Manager, as well as issue with workplace from Meta. Asked for further comment. Tech giant, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess they don't know anything, but whatever. Interesting that both, I mean, it seems to just be a coincidence, but both OpenAI and Meta had outages on the same day. Okay, let me close some tabs and then we'll continue here. I have a few more stories to cover. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Let's do some startup funding news for some tech companies here. Fleet Space raises $100 million to advance mineral exploration on Earth and beyond. Fleet Space. Look at their website before we read the funding. Just explore. Discovery happens. So I wonder if they're using like Earth observation satellites. Build space-enabled technology to solve global challenges and empower humanity's exploration of worlds. All right. Real-time exploration technology unleash your data potential with the end and capabilities of Exosphere by Fleet. Powered by space and AI, experience predictive insights across your exploration journey and AI-powered drill targeting to scale mineral discovery today. Wow. End-to-end mineral exploration solution. Exosphere leverages space technology, advanced multi-physics, and AI to map mineral systems in real time with near zero environmental impact. Reimagine data-driven exploration with real-time insights at unmatched speeds and scale and depth to unlock a more sustainable path to the discoveries of tomorrow. Oh, so they must have they have like some sort of Earth observation satellite, and then they have a ground probe that they probably put in, and it could, like, I don't know, give other information. Image deep Earth. Discover more in 3D with ambient noise tomography, ANT, and AI-powered insights to accurately image geological features to depths of 2.5 kilometers, including structures, mineralization zones, and basement depth. Interesting. But I imagine this exists, though, just in like different capabilities. Mineral exploration, space exploration, defense. Our pursuit of discovery knows no bounds. Fleet Space is poised to become the first Australian seismic technology to land on the moon's surface as part of our Seven Sisters mission in 2026. Wow, okay, so they have a mission. That's good. Because yesterday we're kind of I don't remember what we were reading or watching, but most space startups don't even get to the point of actually launching a product or launching something into space. So the fact that they have something planned is good. Now we actually have to see it like actually happen. And defense, leveraging our satellite constellation in low Earth orbit. Fleet Space is defense-ready partner developing enhanced tactical communications, data transmission, and connectivity in support of AUKUS and allies around the world. Okay. Website's a lot. I don't care about the people right now. Sorry. Industry awards, okay. I want to see them explain their tech. Go space exploration because it's. Here we go. Moon to Mars demonstrator. Seven Sisters Australia's mission to explore the moon and Mars aims to develop cutting-edge, non-invasive, and super scalable technology for the moon and Mars to benefit all of humanity. In support of this mission, Fleet Space's $4 million grant, Australian dollars, from the Australian Space Agency helped develop Spider, a geophysical device designed for lunar and Martian exploration in alignment with NASA's Artemis program. which Artemis program is their moon program. First Australian seismic payload to land on the moon. Oh yeah, yeah, look, here it is. This still looks fake though. This looks like photoshopped in. Spider's Fleet Space's state-of-the-art lunar seismic technology. I wonder then if it uses like vibrations or something to like map it, to map like the underground areas. Seismic makes me think it's literally like the worm thing in Dune. It's like dum dum, and then it like maps the vibrations, which allows them to like make a 3D like model of it. The seismic payload for interplanetary discovery. I love the naming, and I just love the naming in like AI stuff, space, like this, like I love the creative naming. It sounds very sci-fi. Record natural seismic waves, yeah, in the moon's subsurface to search for water and ice deposits. Advanced meanings understanding lunar regolith geological properties. Yeah, it seems like that's what it does. Natural seismic waves. Spider is deployed on lunar surface by tether from Firefly's Blue Ghost lander. Firefly, oh wow. I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't heard this name in a while. They're kind of like Rocket Labs, who actually talked about on a past, in a few streams ago. But I didn't even know these guys were still in business. Blue Ghost. Using ambient noise tomography, Spider collects subsurface data and searches for water ice deposits. Can't highlight. Okay. Whoops. Ah! Spider captures vibrations from seismic activity such as moonquakes and meteorite impacts. Oh, okay. So it's like natural. I guess that's what they said were like natural. New data about lunar subsurface to advance scientific research behind permanent infrastructures for humans in the moon. Cool. Oh, so they've actually launched stuff. European frequency assets. So what, do they have like a... Did they buy like a satellite or something? Now providing innovative universal connectivity solutions through its network of satellites across the globe to sectors as diverse as critical mineral exploration and defense. To meet the sustained demand, we depend on access to the shared but limited radio frequency spectrum to operate our services. Interesting. Okay, let's look at their fundraising. So they raised $100 million to expand its satellite-based mineral exploration capabilities and take on take technology to the moon. To the moon. Teachers Venture Growth, part of Ontario's teacher pension plan, led the 9-year-old company series. Bro, this is crazy. This is a meme because I think this is one of the best performing like funds like ever, and it's a teacher's pension plan. Canada's largest public pension funds features Ontario's teachers, saying it pioneered a new style of investing in the 1990s by managing more of its portfolio internally and doing more direct investing. Yeah, exactly, bro. Bro, imagine being a teacher and your pension funds investing in like space tech. Like, that'd be so cool. That's crazy. And they've led it. They led the fundraising. Let's go to news. If it pans out, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, agreed, but News. The latest investment brings Fleet Total's venture funding to more than $165 million and values the company at $525 million. I mean, like, that's a lot, but it's still not that much. More than doubles its valuation from Series C round last year. Yes, that's good, continuing to go up. Matt Pearson, Fleet co-founder and chief exploration officer, cool title, said the proceeds will help the company miniaturize mineral prospecting ground sensors that use its satellites to send seismic data to customers. Fleet's ambient noise tomography system called Exosphere is already lighter than alternatives, according to Pearson, and can map 3D subsurface models in days compared to months with conventional techniques. Interesting. So I mean, that's definitely like a, if that's the case and it's true, like that seems like it would be, you know, it would justify high valuation, or, you know, what they're doing. Like, this seems like a good problem to solve. It's still 9 kilos, he said. So if you're hiking through a swamp with 1 in each hand and 2 in a backpack, it's heavy. What we want to do is lighten it, but keep or increase the sensitivity. They just need to be able to deploy it from low Earth orbit. Just like have a satellite with a bunch of them and just like deploy it, and it like flies down to Earth, and like, you know, its impact is able to create the seismic things that they need. Or it just automatically goes into the ground in remote areas. To the moon. Fleet is currently developing a 600-gram version of the sensor to join Firefly's Aerospace Blue Ghost lunar lander mission to the far side of the moon, in 2026. Australian company aims to use the device seismic payload for interplanetary discovery, exploration, and research to record seismic waves to help characterize the moon's subsurface. Yeah, this is the grant that they're saying. Oh, it's only $2.6 million. That's a lot less than 4. Develop geophysical devices that will deliver insights about subsurface of the lunar South Pole and search for water ice deposits. The orthodox view of NASA is, and there's any water ice in the regolith. It's interesting that they use regolith to talk about like moon dirt. Seems like very like formal. We don't care if it's below a meter down because we'll never be able to access it. This is it. A rendering of how Spider would be tethered to Firefly's Aerospace Blue Ghost lander. I see. That's interesting. Interesting that it has to have a tether. I believe if anything worth finding, it's going to be buried a bit deeper, and there'll be techniques to get it. Like he's talking like he's gonna find a Space Odyssey monument like underground. While Spider would stay tethered to the lander over the 14-day mission on the far side of the moon in 2026, Pearson said the company's ultimate plans to deploy a network of lunar satellites for connectivity. Okay, that's what they have on Earth, seems like. Yeah, the company's also developing a version of its sensor that can be deployed and repositioned while wearing an astronaut glove. That's an interesting design consideration, because you can't have it be too precise. You know, like you have to have this bulky glove be able to like pick it up. Increasing mobility and accelerating data acquisition will be crucial given the limited time astronauts would spend on the moon in early days of building out infrastructure there. Astronauts would begin with wide spacing to map structures, then reallocate the array and reduce the aperture size to capture high resolution snapshots of areas of interest. And whereas it's used to take years, you'd go back once per season, kind of dial things in. Now we could do it in a matter of days. Wow. He expects the initial customer demand from governments, but sees growing interest from commercial companies looking to develop a lunar economy. Yeah, that's kind of off. That's a little too optimistic, though. Realistically, government is probably going to be the primary. I just don't really think it matters in the beginning, like where stuff is underground. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, I wonder how good their technology actually is. Like, can someone just develop this in-house? If they're if you're like a full stack space company, like SpaceX isn't, but like Rocket Labs, even SpaceX, but like, why would, like, is it just, you know, develop it yourself so you could use it for other things, or is it just go to this proprietary one that a company would sell to you, or like they just buy the data, they don't necessarily buy the actual devices? Because once you map a place once, there's not really much more to do. Like, it's not going to really shift underground that much. You want to know where the sweet spot is to set up base camp? Fleet wants to be the company that can tell you where to do that and work with you to make this the most efficient investment possible. Interesting. Fleet says more than 50 exploration companies have used its exosphere on projects across 5 continents. I haven't heard of any of these, but lithium, gold. Compound and lightweight technology is critical for cost saving for moon missions. Pearson expects Earth-based customers will also benefit from the miniaturization efforts. We got customers that can only deploy by helicopter in Canada because it's so densely wooded, he said. There's no trucking equipment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Launch that shit from space, bro. You can launch it anywhere. And then every once in a while you could just have a rocket up, you could just send a new satellite up to reload it. Just have the other one disintegrate in the Earth atmosphere if you don't want to, if you don't need it anymore. The fleet currently operates 2 satellites in low Earth orbit. 2? Bro, they made it sound like it was a constellation. They had like hundreds around the Earth. 2 satellites in low Earth orbit and plans to deploy 3 more. Okay, I don't know. Over 2 separate SpaceX launches, half of 2025. Existing ventures: Blackbird Ventures, Haas Plus, Horizons Ventures, Artisan Venture Partners, Alumni. I haven't heard of any of these guys. Interesting. Yeah, this is cool. Not sure how. I'm not sure about like the, yeah, like fully like into the future. But yeah, we'll see. It's cool, I guess. I just thought this title, this headline was really cool. Geomagnetic storms cause mass satellite migrations. And this is true. SpaceX tweeted about this, how there's like a geospatial storm and they're like, you know, they lost a few satellites, but they're running like evasive maneuvers like for the satellites to like dodge the storm. Like, that's cool. A pair of major geomagnetic storms this year led to unprecedented mass migrations of thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit that created new concerns about space traffic coordination. The phenomenon was first seen in May during a major solar event called the Ganem Storm. This might be what I was talking about. That event is best remembered for creating aurora displays in the northern hemisphere of latitudes much further south than normal. Oh, okay. Because I think we could even see the northern lights up here in certain areas, or in like Northern California. The storm also increased atmospheric density at low Earth orbit altitudes by up to an order of magnitude, said William Parker of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology during a presentation at the annual meeting of the American Geospatial Union here December 9th. That increased density results in more drag, affecting satellite orbits. It probably lowers their orbit then. First problem was the low accuracy of forecast of the timing, magnitude, and duration of the storm. As a result, this low skill in our forecast, as a result of this low skill, I don't know what that's referring to. Is that the pressure? The first problem was low accuracy. Oh, I see. So like, I don't know, does NASA manage that? As a result of the low skill in our forecast, SpaceX saw 20 kilometers of position errors in their one-day computations of the orbits of Starlink satellites. He said, we're uncertain in where a spacecraft are by 20 kilometers. Then you could throw a collision avoidance out the window. Problem was compounded by a lack of knowledge of just how inaccurate the forecasts were at the time. We were pretty confident in those bad solutions, he said. Being confident in the wrong answer fundamentally changes the decisions that we're making whether or not to maneuver the spacecraft. Yeah, being confident in the wrong answer, that's rough. The second issue came shortly after the peak of the storm. The increased drag caused satellites' orbits to decay to the point where they performed maneuvers they often automated to raise their orbits to the altitudes they were before the storm. In the last geomagnetic storm of the same magnitude as the Ganem storm in 2003, wow, that was the last time. There's an increase by a factor of 2 to 3 from the baseline of about 10 satellites a day, making orbit-raising maneuvers. Who tracks geospatial storms? Geomagnetic storms. Like what agency, I wonder? Is it NOAA? Okay, it looks like it is NOAA. Current space weather conditions. Geomagnetic storms, solar radiation storms, radio blackouts. Jeez. Weaker grid fluctuations. Spacecraft operations, minor impact to satellite operations. Migratory animals are affected at this and higher levels. Aurora is commonly visible at high altitudes, northern Michigan and Maine. Wow, migratory animals are affected. That's crazy. That's interesting. Auroras can be seen as low as New York and Idaho. So this is, it's interesting that they like show this too. Like they say this. So this is Illinois and Oregon, Northern California. So this is like where we were almost, because when the Northern Lights were here in Northern California. Experience, yeah, wow. Solar radiation. This doesn't have as big of impact, it seems like. After the Gannon storm, there was far sharper response, and one day after the storm, nearly 5,000 satellites, nearly all Starlink, performed orbit-raising maneuvers far higher than the baseline of 300 satellites a day. 5,000 satellites, that's crazy. This is half of all active satellites deciding to maneuver at one time. This makes it the largest mass migration in history. Wow. That record, he added, was broken in October after another geomagnetic storm with slightly higher number of satellites moving in one day. The difference being the addition of hundreds of Starlink satellites launched in the months between the two events. Interesting, just because there's more satellites. Those mass maneuvers further complicate collisions avoidance efforts already hampered by the position errors of the storm. We have no idea when a collision is going to happen. We lose the capability for days at a time. That wasn't appreciated at the time by satellite operators, he said, because lack of awareness of the position errors and the mass migration phenomena. Lots of operators continued to maneuver as if nothing was wrong, but all those maneuvers were pointless because they didn't represent reality. I see. Underscores the need, he concluded, for improved space weather models forecast. This is a significant impact, he said. This critical infrastructure to all of our space operations moving forward and will only become more important as time goes on. Yeah, that's interesting. This is cool. This is cool. What is this, though? This looks... Slingshot selected to design user experience for U.S. space traffic system. Can we access this? This looks cool. Yeah, here we go. Here. AI. Proven AI for space operations. AI outliers for space insights. A modular platform for space operations. Bro, I love modularity. Oh, REST APIs. Well, you could, wait, can we access these now? Developer.ai.space. Dang it. I want to see more screenshots of their actual like design. Space data platform. Cool. Look at see who they're hiring. Machine learning, data scientist. Cool. All right, let's look at this last fundraise and wrap it up here. Also, some guy commented on my stream from yesterday. As I guess I mentioned Binance. He's like, I have a quick question. I have a SafePal wallet with USDT and have the seed phrase, alarm, fetch, churn, bridge, exercise. He gave it to me. He just said it. Could you explain how to move them to Binance? My dude, you're commenting on the wrong video, bro. What made you think I was qualified? I mentioned Binance for like 2 seconds. Did I even do that yesterday? I don't even think I did. Sorry, my dude. I can't help you there. Okay, yeah. I don't know, man. Okay. IR Labs' latest optical interconnect startup to raise big hits unicorn status, so $1 billion valuation. IR Labs locked up $155 million Series D. Dang, so they've been around for a minute, fundraising for a while. By Advent and Light Street Capital. This became the latest optical interconnect to land big money. Until support IR Labs and 155 Series D. This website is in-package optical I/O, pushing the boundary of AI architecture. Like what do you mean optical? Okay, here we go. So it must be like on the motherboard they talk via like fiber optics, because I imagine just having normal like electrical signals are much slower than light. So having a like on like in, I mean that's kind of a problem with AI, is actually communicating between things fast enough for training and such. You kind of need to have be able to communicate quickly. So that's interesting, I guess. Industry first multi-wavelength, multi-port optical source. Provides up to 16 wavelengths light, powers up to 16 ports. I don't know what that means. Combines silicon photonics with standard CMOS. Enables ASICs to communicate across wide range of distances from millimeters to kilometers. Interesting. Learns of new types of optical interconnects is both exciting and at times confusing, especially when it comes to the difference between optical I/O and co-package optics. Each option is distinct strategy with clear and singular trade-offs. Chip is a chiplet. Okay, CPO primarily designed for large Ethernet network switches is a replacement for pluggable optics. What is CPO? Co-package optics. Optical I/O, on the other hand, is a chiplet-based design. So I imagine like chip like this or like this. Chiplet-based optical is a chiplet-based optical interconnect integrated in the same package with compute chips. Oh, interesting. This integration facilitates seamless communication and distributed compute systems, boasting bandwidth density, energy costs, and latency comparable to in-package electrical interconnects. Okay, so it like uses it with like actual like compute chips. So I wonder if that then, yeah, they kind of like communicate via these optics versus like, I don't know, the normal electrical signals. The new round includes participation from a number of strategics. So AMD, Intel, NVIDIA, 3M, which is interesting. Autopilot. I don't know who Autopilot is. Each investor, such as Applied Ventures, Axel, existing. Oh, I see, existing ventures. Global Foundries. Oh, that's interesting. They make chips. They like TSMC. Lockheed Martin Ventures. Wow. There's some pretty big people investing in this. IR's optical solutions to transmit data replace older electrical solutions to help users maximize compute efficiency and performance from artificial intelligence infrastructure while also reducing cost and power consumption. Yeah, NVIDIA recently, they bought Mellanox. Yeah, they bought Mellanox, which is a like data center networking, and so it seems and they own some fiber technology called like InfiniBand or something. And yeah, InfiniBand. And it seems like this is like a even lower level where this is like on chip. You're kind of communicating via optics, like very low. So I wonder if they compete with that or if they're a little different. They seem a little different. Help users maximize compute efficiency and performance for artificial intelligence infrastructure while also reducing costs and power consumption. This seems like NVIDIA would buy them, like... IR is just the latest optical interconnect startup trying to solve AI's bottlenecks concerning compute and power usage. In October, Light Matter locked up $400 million Series D led by new investor T. Rowe Price. Wow, T. Rowe Price is a pretty big bank. Yeah, wow. At $4.4 billion valuation, the round nearly quadrupled its previous valuation of 1.2 December after a $155 million led by Google Ventures. So Google is in there, which along with Fidelity also participated in the round. Wow. So these guys got a lot of big names, especially in finance in general. The same week, Xscape Photonics, a New York-based startup also using photonics technology to address the energy performance and scalability challenges of AI data centers, raised $44 million Series A, led by IAG partners with investments from the likes of Cisco and NVIDIA. Wow. So this is interesting that we're seeing that these, Cisco, who's big in data center, make networking equipment and everything, NVIDIA, obviously, but we have 3M, which, 3M just doesn't, they don't seem like someone like, that would invest in something like this, but I'm sure that they have some sort of motive. Intel, NVIDIA, then we have Global Foundries. These are all like chip makers themselves, or they run data centers. Or like Lockheed Martin, I'm sure has plenty of reasons why they'd want something like this. AMD, like it's interesting who's investing in these. And that three companies doing the same thing has raised a lot of money. I mean, this one's Light Matter is 4.4 billion valuation. This one's just hit $1 billion. IR Lab, so it's interesting. Oh, this is Crunchbase News. That's why they're all linking to Crunchbase. Semiconductor packaging market. It's interesting because this is one of the bottlenecks that Goldman Sachs predicted, or like said is a bottleneck, is actually packaging for chips. Semiconductor packaging market size is valued at 40 billion. Just the packaging. That's crazy. Leading market players. Yeah, Samsung, Intel, Texas Instruments, Fujitsu, TSMC, Broadcom, SK Hynix, Global Foundries. That these guys just invested in IR. Cool, interesting. All right, that's all I got planned for today's stream. Check out YouTube. Got shorts uploading daily. I need to figure out what's going on with those because I'm getting algorithm throttled right now. I get 0 views. And it should go into the shorts feed, and I kind of get like, they give you some free views just to see if it's actually good, and then they'll push it to the larger market, but I'm getting throttled. I need to play around. So, but yeah, daily shorts upload, and I'm looking for at least a weekly long form. which I hope to come out tomorrow. So yeah, otherwise 9 a.m. Monday, I'll be back. 9 a.m. is a good time for me. It fits really well, so I'm gonna keep with that. But yeah, and then OpenAI Shipmas, I think it's today's day 6, so we'll continue that. 6, doing at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Monday we'll review what they announced on the weekend and Friday, and then we'll continue that Monday too. So sweet. Thanks for tuning in, guys. 9 a.m. Monday, and check out my YouTube. Appreciate you showing up, tuning in. Peace. See ya. Thanks for showing up, for joining.